Hi, this is Twana of Crochet Braids by Twana. Today I'm installing Superline Sister Locs. These babies are 16 inches long. They are nice and they have a little wavy pattern to them. And what I really like most about these is that they're kind of dense. They're not like the soft bread. These are dense for more of a lock appearance, and they have the pre-loop, which makes for a very easy installation. This is my client, my longest running client. She's been with me for 5 years, and as you can see, her natural hair color is a sandy brown color, but she tries everything. If you look at my website, you'll see she's done everything from blonde to black to purple to blue, red. She's done just about every color that braid hair comes in. We start our braid pattern with a perimeter braid. That goes around the perimeter of the head. I try to make my braid patterns as easy as possible for my clients to be able to take out later. I'm using some leftover Yaki Pony hair to braid her up, and I'm doing it in black because the hair that we are installing is black. It's not going to make her hair darker by any chance, but it will help a little bit if for any reason her color starts to show through the crochet braids. I like to use this braid pattern for pre-locked and pre-twisted hair, mainly because it leaves nothing hanging in the back, and if she wants to pull them up later, she can certainly do that. So we do our first 2 perimeter braids, and then across the front, I do anywhere between 9 to 10 cornrows across the front, and you'll see that I will be connecting these braids along the way. So here I'm connecting the front braids into one braid going across the middle section of the crown portion of her hair. And I will connect them into an ear-to-ear pattern in the back. And again, that's so that these can lay flat. These are straight crochet braids. Even though they're locked, it's still pretty straight line, so we want them to fall in a flat pattern. If we were to do the cornrows straight back all the way, there would be lumps and bumps, and some of them would stand up, so it's just easier to do it flat in the back. So I have been using this braid pattern a lot lately for straighter curl patterns, as well as pre-twisted, pre-locked, and pre-braided hair. Now that my braid pattern is complete, I take the tail end and I am going to go ahead and clip it down so that I can come back later and use a latch hook to tie everything in place. I don't prefer to use thread. I think it makes it hard for people to take it out. I always oil my client's scalp, provided that I have oil on hand, and I'm doing that here for her. Freshly braided hair should always be moisturized. We don't leave the hair dry because, as we know, dry hair breaks. So it's not only a good idea for me to moisturize and oil her hair as I'm styling her, but also for her to go back and do while she's wearing her protective style. Never forget about your own hair. So now here we go with our installation. You slide the latch hook underneath the cornrow, and because these are pre-looped, you just pull the hair through the loop once, and you pull it through twice, and boom, you're done. Keep it moving to the next one. Very easy installation with pre-looped hair. There are lots on the market these days, and they're not all necessarily pre-twisted and pre-braided and locked. Some of them are loose textures that come with a loop at the beginning. So this is how I install mine. Again, pull it under the braid, pull out the loop, pull the hair through once, pull it through twice, and that's pretty much it for these. You don't have to do anything further than that. And I will just continue with the installation and let you watch how I do it. One thing about the Superline Sister Locs is that there are at least 25 in each pack. We used a total of 6 packs for this installation. So when you go to purchase them, make sure you get at least 6 packs to have on hand. And now we're here in the back of the head. As you can see, I took the tail end and I clipped it in place until I can tie the hair down. And the reason that I left that tail end so long is because I want to be able to tie it down without using thread. I always take a photo for my clients of the back of their head so that they can see where the tail end begins, where their braiding pattern ends, and they can go back later when it's time to remove it. They'll remember from the photo just how their braid pattern was done. I think that's always a great idea. And we continue with the installation. As you will notice, I'm not putting them directly next to each other, especially in the crown portion of the head. I'll put them closer together along the perimeter in case she decides to pull up. But otherwise, I put them at least 1/4 of an inch apart throughout the crown section of the head. Now that we're at the top portion of the head, you'll notice that I install the latch hook in the direction that I want the hair to fall. This is not always important when you're doing loose textures, but for the pre-twisted, pre-locked, pre-braided types, you definitely want to make sure you install them in the direction that you want to wear them. So I'm installing the latch hook, I'm inserting it in the direction that I want the hair to fall because that's the side that the knot will be on. And I'll show you closer to the end just how I close everything up. Here you'll notice that I'm going on each side of the last cornrow so that I'm covering all of the braids. And now here is our finished look. We put a little makeup just to add for effect. I really enjoyed styling my client with these locks. They're the perfect density, they're the perfect length. 16 inches is perfect for her. Anything longer might seem excessive, and she can pull these back into a half up, half down, or even in a ponytail, and she can rock these for about 2 months. Thanks so much for watching.